Alright, in this video, we're going to talk about the solution of the log function application. So blah, 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 blah. Okay, we are given a function involving the log. Very good. Now, before we go crazy, we got to read what is the S stands for and what is the D stands for. So the S is my wind speed and the D is my distance. So part A. A tornado whose wind speed is that. So that give me a inspiration. S is that 270, so that is equal to 93 log, activate eagle eye, the base is 10, okay, of D plus 65. Very good. So that will be my part 1, set it up. So now we want to figure out it is the how far tells me is my distance, so that tells me we want to figure out the D value. So housekeeping, what do we do? So the D, in order to get to that, we're going to solve that far away. So both sides, I'm going to minus 65 on both sides, minus 65. So this is cancel out. This just become a number. So that will become a 205. It's equal to 93 log base 10 of D. Now remember, I want to figure out the D. Before I go to D, what can I do? We say that I can both sides divide 93. So both sides divide by 93. This guy cancel out. Now, do not overthink. This is just a number. A fraction is a number. So we got 205 over 93. It's equal to log base 10 of D. Now here comes a fun thing. I want to figure out the D. Because there is a law, we need to think about the inverse function exponential. Now what do we say? All about the base. The log base is 10, and we say that in classroom, base the same, cancel out. So in order to take care of the law, I need to use the inverse. Inverse means exponential, all about the base. So I'm going to say, everybody, I'm going to make you have a big base 10. Big base 10. Therefore, we say that, Ms. Ong said that, all about the base the same, cancel out. So the base 10 and the log base 10 cancel out. So what do you see now? You see my D is equal to base 10 raised to a big giant power, 205 over 93. Now, I cannot do this by my brain, so I need to use my fancy calculator to get this out. So what do we get? 10 base 10 raised the power. So raise the power to, what is the power? It is 205 divided by 93, and what you see is what you got. So this is tells us we got the final answer will be 160.0667. Do we have a unit? It's talking about a distance, so that will be miles. Good. All right. Moving on, 31. So we also given a log function. As you can see, that smile, it's a function. We're going to use that. So we have a domain for my x value from 0 to 12. Okay, so they're talking about the test on the similar exam, the average score. So now, what you see is what you got. Find the average score based on this one original test when t equal to 0. What you're waiting for? We say that a function is a bucket. When I see that this moment, I'm going to plug in 0. So I get 80 minus 17 log t, it's my time. So 0 plus 1. Good. Now housekeeping. What do we know that? We get 80 minus 17 log base 10 of 1. Oh, what do we notice? Log of 1, we know that the final answer of this guy must be 0. This guy is 0. Why? Remember the log function? Log had to go through this point. It's 1, 0. So when I plug in x for 1, the answer must be 0. So this is a 0. 0 times 17 is 0. So what is my answer? 80. So 80 will be my average score. Good. So now, if you want to figure out the average score after 6 months, which tells me my t is equal to 6, so plug it in and housekeeping, and yes, indeed, simply just plug it in your calculator, okay? I do want to talk about the last one, which will be the earthquake information. So as you can see, the Richter scale, it's R. It's given to a log function. E is the energy, so we know that. So how many kilowatt hours of energy is released in the earthquake? That measures 8.5 of the Richter scale. So we mentioned about that the 8.5, as you can see, 8.5, it's my R value, so we do have 8.5. That is equal to the function is 0.67 log of 0.37, the energy E, then plus 1.46. So far so good. So step one. Now we talk about the previous one. Step one, I'm going to do housekeeping. So both sides I'm going to minus 1.46. That cancel out. Now this just a number. I can do the housekeeping, so that will equal to 7.4. That is equal to 0.67 log of the 0.37E, okay? Now remember, what is my goal? My goal is going to figure out the E. Everything else need to go away. So think about the housekeeping. Both sides, I'm going to divide 0.67. Both sides, I'm going to divide that. So that cancel out. Now do not overthink. 7.04 divided by 0.64, just a number. So leave me alone, okay? Now you will say that, Ms. Ong, what shall I do? Just leave me alone. It's just a fraction. So what? If you say that, can I simplify that? Yes, you can do that. Okay. I want to talk about it's right here. Because we mentioned about all about the base, as you can see. My base, as you can see here, it's 10. So I say both sides, I'm going to make everybody have a big giant base 10. And what do we say? Base the same, cancel out. So look at my law. Inverse function of the exponential. Base the same, those cancel out. So what do I left? I will just have 10 raise the power to 7.4 over 0.67. That is equal to 0.37E. Now, because I want to figure out E equal to what? So what do we say? I just need to both sides divide by 0.37 on both sides. So that cancel out. What I left will be an ugly number. Now do not overthink. This number is crazy, but we still can figure this out. So bring out your fancy calculator and let's do one more time. So what you see, it is 10. I'm going to clear this one, 10. Raise the power to, again, this will be 7.04 divide 0.37. That is my, how do I do that? All right, this number, then I need to divide 0.37. Ooh la la. This is a very big number, and looks like, do I have a wrong answer? Oh, looks like I do. So what went wrong? Oh, look at my eagle eye. Do I need to divide by 0.37? No, I need to divide what? 67. Look at my eagle eye. That will be 7.04 divided by 0.67. Eagle eye, what do you see? Now you get the perfect answer. So this tells me, finally, my E, as you can see here, it is equal to E. It's equal to a very big number, 8.694A times 10 to the power of 10. And that will be the unit, kilowatts hours. And that is perfect, okay? All right, the same thing as you can take a look at the part B. What will be this? When I give you the energy of that, so location. When you have the location, when you have the location, make sure the location, what you see, how many zero? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when I move the decimal to 1.5, that will give me the 10. So the power is 10. Good? All right, and that's all for today.